So again, from notice and note, from the questions, what were some of the things that came up? Could I just have 3 volunteers just kind of say, hey, I'll do it, and then we'll come back and have you share. Need 3. Okay, 1. Thank you. How would you carry this question back based on the questions we pondered from notice and note? So I've got 1, looking for 2 more just to kind of share. It could have been the conversation prior or even just now. 2? Okay. All right. Kelly, go ahead. Thanks.
I just shared here at this table, and some of my group, I've had an epiphany since I was with my 5th grade team, but sometimes it's just kind of walking the walk. It's doing what you're preaching, and so that they can see whatever passion you have. You don't necessarily get the time to professionally develop your staff. I mean, every minute of our time is dedicated to something. So I read about, are we creating lifelong learners? And, well, 1, being here tonight is a way to show our other team members that we are trying to learn. And 2, just picking something like my passion for literature or reading and trying to take that outside of my classroom.
Great.
New books to the library is kind of my thing this year, and I'm showcasing them in the case, and be the first to check it out, which all came from Pinterest. I did not create any of that. Just so that teachers are like, wow, like Kelly knows like the latest books out on the market. and
Sure.
And not jamming them down their throat, but
Sure.
just, I read this book. It's amazing.
So I was looking over there, more modeling, right? So you're technically modeling. Yeah, great. Judy.
First of all, I want to say I loved being with the 4th grade teachers. I love being able to have that time to share.
Oh, you bet.
So please, if we're going to grow, that would be, it's good to be with your.
Oh, go for that
instead
grouping.
of primary and
Gotcha.
I want to be with people that
Yep.
I teach with. But anyway,
Gotcha.
I also like it when, everyone had in our group, different sections, except there was one that had 2, and it was a longer section, so that worked out quite well. But reinforced kind of everything that we kind of know. I did the fiction part, and I'm just finished my realistic fiction genre unit with the kids, and I will go back with my 2 teammates and say, hey, we're doing this is right. Because even though we're supposed to be doing persuasive, and we're supposed to be doing expository and everything, it's saying fiction's the heart. I mean, that's what teaches us, and we grow, and we have to read those manuals, but it's what really makes us who we are as people.
Yep. And that reflects even on our national speakers we bring in. Kelly speaks a lot to that as well. Kelly Gallagher, always talking about, you hear all this informational text and opinion or argumentative writing, but what really sets that up? And I know Nellie's got a little sequence she does around text types where she really speaks to that, where like that fiction, well, that's not necessarily fiction, but the narrative part of it really builds the argument or strengthens the argument. And it was Kelly this summer, actually, that said this that really resonated with me was when Barack Obama does a speech, he doesn't get up in front and say, all right, this is what I'm proposing to Congress, and here are 3 reasons why I'm proposing that. Reason 1 is this, and this is supported by. Reason 2 is, what does he do? He goes, I'm proposing this to Congress, and here's why. Let me tell you a story about so-and-so. And then, boom, cut to the balcony. There they are. He tells their story, and there it is. And he's like, that's college and career ready, right? The president's using narrative to support his argument for why this is the way he's moving or the...
And then you can tie that in and say, now his speech will become a primary source.
Social studies.
Well, I had someone today, one of the kids said, well, primary source has to be old. So when Barack tonight gives a speech, when the president gives a speech, isn't that not a primary source?
Right.
Connect with all.
That gets me back into the conversation we were talking about text-dependent questions and the student asking his own question there. Excellent.
Well, I just moved to a new building and
Okay.
am now on the teaching and learning committee.
Okay. So you've got an audience.
Not by choice, by lack of signing up. And
Okay.
I'm sign up for the other one. Oh, shoot. Anyways.
Well, glad we're here to help.
So as I was looking at the questions at the end with the talking with colleagues, I thought, wow, some of the vocabulary and just brainstorming and
Great.
what do you think? What does this mean to you? And having that building conversation
Right.
about some of these things can be a great starting place.
Yeah. Yeah, we were even talking in our group that kind of helped make meaning even of what we were reading because it helped us even reflect differently on maybe what we had read and processed. So great. Thank you. And ironically, in our group, we all read the same question, if you can believe it. The text-dependent questions. Funny.